bro, forgive me if I'm getting y'all censored. We call it RNA. He had the raw nigga audacity to get out in the street and show the world.
That's right.
Yeah, that you could bring.
He popped
brothers
this
together
shit.
Yeah.
From all, and to somewhat pat myself on the back. A lot of my guys didn't sell drugs. A lot of my guys just
Thank you.
loaded and unloaded the cars. Made millions of dollars like that.
He fed the street.
The feds couldn't give. How you gonna give them a case like they didn't sell drugs? They wasn't running around selling drugs. They were just, hey, open. I can trust them. Help me count this money.
Right.
Do you think you'll be able, this is my last question for you, but do you think that you'll be able to change the narrative of Big Meech being the biggest drug dealer there was to Big Meech being the biggest black businessman?
I think it's
there
going
is?
to coincide because at the end of the day, that's who brought me to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So they're never going to forget that. And I'm not trying to make them forget that. I am trying to let them understand that I'm a changed man. I'm a changed person. I did what I had to do for those circumstances during that part of my life. Now I'm in another part of life. And that part of my life kind of helped me become who I am today in a more positive light.
Yeah.
And do things in a positive way, in a legitimate way. You know what I'm saying? It's more money out here. It's more information out here. You know what I'm saying? So now you got more of our people with LLCs and trusts and all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Nonprofits and knowing how to run them correctly and receive the money and become tax-free. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of information. That's why I say we live in an information era. So I think that Big Meech gonna always be Big Meech. My former life is gonna always be with me. I ain't gonna say in front of me, but I'm gonna say right side by side. It's gonna run neck and neck. But it's also great to look at what I came from and how I changed. You can actually see the change. As a person that was relying on getting, 1,000 kilos every 10 days to now running a legitimate lifestyle for my family, for myself, and everything. That's big. Like that's a drastic change, and it's definitely a difference in monetarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
In the beginning.
Yeah,
In the beginning.
at the end of the day. But my goal is to become a billionaire and being able to help my people and everything too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanna. That's why I'm doing this thing with him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to show that, like, it's really money in doing the right thing. You got real money in doing the right thing. It's a lot of people that run legitimate business that patent their lifestyle off of me. And they tell me and give me the credit all day long. Oh, man, if it weren't for you and them Smack DVDs and Raw Report,
Smack
this, that, and that,
DVD.
everything, that helped me through that era. You know what I'm saying? And they learn how to take and do it in a legitimate lifestyle.
Right.
They didn't run around and just try to do exactly what I did. They just took the blueprint and did it and put it in their everyday legitimate life.
Yeah.
that's
John,
what's
how can people support y'all mission and what you got going on to just as a unit all together?
So
How can they do it?
We rock 365 in these streets. It's always at BMI Georgia on Instagram, at BMI Fun on Instagram, BMI Georgia Facebook, info@bmigeorgia.org. But also, I think the biggest thing you could do for us, anybody that's listening, we got a saying at BMI. Don't let your worst experience with me be your best memory of me. Everybody mess up. Give grace. You got brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, daddies, mamas coming home. Man, allow space for restorative justice to happen. Please give them a chance to show you that they've healed, that they've grown, to make amends. Because sometimes people can show up at your place and, yeah, they did you dirty. It was a bad look, but they trying to do better. But if you don't give them a chance to do better, who gonna give them a chance to do better? And maybe you